Welcome back. Today we are playing on Volskaya. We have a Mercy pocket, which is really good. At the beginning I always want to fly up above the point here, and this is where I can get some shots into their spawn. This is really good to get ultimate a lot faster. You can see I get 2 hits on the Winston before he comes in. Now I back a bit because the echo focused me there, and I see that they are trying to show themselves. Like the Zarya goes out here, and she does it too aggressively because her team does not follow up on that. And partly that's because the ball on our team is being very aggressive, so you saw that they were really busy focusing on him, and because of that I could take some more space and pick off that echo. Now I get the Hanzo here with a lucky hit. So you have to always think how far can you push. Like you saw, I went there at the truck because my tanks were there. If they have not been there, I should not be there with Pharah. I see that they are making a proper push now. I'm keeping an eye on the echo, and I see the Winston dove there, and I see that the Roadhog is pushing here. So I decide to go for the Winston since he was really low. And I go for a boop here at the Roadhog because I do not want him flanking and picking our Ana or something like that. Now my team realizes he's pretty much alone here with a bad position, so we pick him off really fast. And this is a good example why you should go always with your team and not try to flank alone. It's good to flank, but only when you have a distraction. Like you saw that the Winston dove me, and that made me back. That's a good time to push if you're a DPS, when you're getting space with your tanks. Now our ball manages to pick off 2 of them there, they were low. The Echo tries to go for me, but she's very much alone here. The Zen pops an ulti, and I accidentally press barrage here. I even write that in the chat that it was a misclick.
Or maybe not.
And it's okay if you accidentally use your ultimate. You won't lose a game because of that. You usually lose games because of repeated mistakes. So right now one of our tanks is down, and they are pushing really much. So I am going to back. You see I take position behind this little wall here. And the reason because of that is if I stay there in the middle I will get focused very hard very fast. Now we have lost the second tank, the ball. I try to help focus the Ashe here, but I am getting discorded and shot by the Ana and Zen there in the corner, so I shoot at them so they back. And in situations like this you don't really want to go in too deep, because if I have an Echo on me, she can pick me off really fast even if I have Mercy pocket. And at the same time there's that Zen and Ana that can start shooting at me. And yeah, I'm in a really bad position here. I try to get the Echo here, I get her a bit low, but the fight is kind of lost because it's only me and Mercy here at the point. And that's okay, you don't win every fight.
Gonna die, just do it now.
And as you heard the teammate, he said if you're going to die, do it now, because there is no point staying alive in the back on the last point. Now they're doing a very aggressive push, they're popping ultimates, you see the Hog did, but I booped him in there and we managed to pick him off. I decide I'm gonna barrage here because the Echo has a Sigma copy and she might ulti, which she did, but we broke that copy, so the ultimate stopped. Now the Echo goes pretty deep for me, and that's an easy pick for me then, and she was low. I'm just gonna shoot a few shots here to make them back off, but at the same time I cannot go too far because I have Zen Orb, the Mcree is focusing me. Now the see our ball is taking so much space that allows me to go even further. So you constantly have to decide if it's okay to go further or not, depending on if you have your tank helping you, depending if they see you, if you have Discord on you, think about these things. Now this is my approach to playing Pharah, that I take a more defensive position. You can see here I am just trying to get ult charge, but at the same time using a lot of cover. So even if a Widow or Mcree tries to shoot me, it's really difficult for them. They have to. You saw there the Widow shot, but I'm only showing myself every couple of seconds. She doesn't have a clean shot on me constantly. So I'm just trying to get ult charge. And another thing this spamming rocket is doing is making them back. So you're buying time. And getting ult charge. Now I forget the widow here. The reason is she moved up on the stairs to see me, which is a really good play by her, and that's my fault. I forgot about her for a moment. Now the Mcree focuses me, but I'm getting pocketed, so I don't have to worry about going in on him there. And our tanks managed to keep the tanks away. Now I see the widow alone here, so I decide I might as well go for her. The ball helps me here. And the Sigma comes up here and tries to pick me off. See the Mercy, and I decide I might as well barrage her, and I might get Sigma also. And that's how I think 2 picks with barrage is always a good trade. Now I didn't get the Sigma, but we got him. I see the Ana completely alone there, and our ball unfortunately went too far, and that happens, but that's okay, considering how far we are pushing them. Ball has plenty of time to come back. I see our Sigma might die here, so I use a boop just to try to move them back from him. And that's another thing to think about. Use your boop to help your tanks survive. You know, if they have 1 HP, you can boop the tank from hitting your tanks. Now I'm trying to get on the widow again here. Our ball is already on it, and she runs away. Try to get a hit on the Mcree, only hit him once, and that's not enough. And right now I'm just trying to get ultimate charge. And another thing is that we're very far now, almost in their spawn. That's not a good thing, and when you're pushing this far, you have to always think that when they start pushing like they did now, you have to really quickly back, because if you start getting picked off there, you can lose the point really fast. Now they decide to use Nano and Winston ultimates, and they want to commit, you know, completely now. And we have lost, I think, 1 tank, yeah, around 2-3 people. Decide I'm gonna kill the Ana, but I noticed that Mcree was next to me. I missed him. But we get the Mcree. Unfortunately, the Ana survives, and my teammates just, you know, get unlucky and get picked off. And that's okay, you know, these things happen. It's I want to take the Mcree here. I get him, but I think they will gonna rest him. And we can't really get enough picks, and that's because they have good tanks, you know, and they can pick off our players one by one. And it's okay if you lose at overtime. That's fine. Like, you held for many minutes. And I think we will eventually lose this point. Now the priority you could think about here is to go for the healers and Widow. The reason I'm not doing that now is because they will pick me off in a few seconds. So I was hoping to get some ult charge by staying there on the side and focusing the tank. Now we're back in the second round, we're attacking. And at the start I always try to do the same things here, and that is to get some ult charge, break the shields, and see if I can get a pick maybe. Now I see our ball went in really deep, and I try to support him with spamming more rockets there. But we can't really, you know, get a pick there. Now our team is being very aggressive, so I decide I am going to flank, either from the back or on the side. So I do it from above. You see that the healers are completely unaware of me. By the time they realize, they're picked off. And I managed to get the Mcree here. Even though he stuns me, I just shoot in the ground next to him, and the splash damage takes care of the rest. Now, this was a really good push. Why they decided to sit in that room, their entire team, I don't know. If you're playing on defense, I don't suggest staying with your team in that room. Unless you have maybe Diva, Brig and Baptiste, you know, heroes that can survive a dive. Now we're pushing the second point, and you have to be very careful here with Pharah, because Azure Mcree can pick you off very quickly, standing on the high ground there. And we managed to get the Winston here, and you see that the Mcree is being pocketed and focusing me, which is good. He's doing what he should do. I see they have a Bastion, and I can't decide really who I should push here, but I take the Mcree, decide I'm gonna barrage the Bastion, but he ends up getting a Nano, so he survives. So I decide I'm gonna go for the Ana while the Nano wears off the Bastion. I get the Ana here, and I think I want to go for the Bastion, but I see the Mcree here. He picks me off, unfortunately, and yeah, the fight was kinda lost when I came out after picking off the Ana. So even though I got 2 picks and no, it's not always that will be enough. Now I'm coming back from the spawn, and like before, just keep spamming and try to hit things to get ult charge. You don't want to stop spamming or stand behind a wall and wait. There's no reason, especially when I'm this far back. Unless they have Widow, they can't pick me off. I booped down one of the tanks, I think the Winston or so. He decides to ultimate, and I see that there's kinda an opening here for me to go in. So I go in for the Mcree here. I boop, because I saw there were 2 more players. The D.Va goes for me, and you see there's tons of them here. And I realize, okay, this fight is already lost. We have lost too many people, and we're a bit spread out. I'm pushing left, and our tanks are pushing the Bastion and stuff. And this is okay, since we're not really communicating. It's just a competitive game. Your team can sometimes split up like this. Anyway, me, Mercy and Ana survive, and we can push up again here pretty soon. Unfortunately, the bar gets picked off there. I decide I might also take the Winston here, because that will give us a bit more momentum. The Winston is playing very good and pushing our players back. So now without him we have a little bit of more room to push. I decide I'm going to go for the Bastion here, since he's now not me too. But he's getting pocketed, so it doesn't end up picking him. But I get about 20% ult charge, which is pretty okay. We both use Nano, so that's fine. The D.Va makes a big mistake there on the enemy team and falls down the water. And I decide I'm gonna flank here, on the side. Most players will not notice you when you go here. This is a good angle. This flank you can just spam any support and heals to stay there. Now I get the Mercy here, and I keep looking for the Ana, but the Bastion gets me. They do rest me, and I still want to fight the Ana or the Mcree. However, the D.Va is so low, so I decide we can finish her off. Now I see the Mcree coming in here. I go for him, and I think we pick him off. Yes, and now I see the Bastion got rest in the back, so I barrage him, but our ball boops him back, so my barrage does not finish him, and I end up dying instead, and he survives the barrage. And that's just, bad luck, because we're not communicating. The ball just, he wanted to boop him. And I didn't say that I'm gonna barrage, so it's not really anyone's fault that it happened. Now I'm coming back in, we're still contesting the point. You want to go here for the Ana or some healer in the back. They usually, as you saw, they have no protection. Now I go for the Cree here, and he gets pocket and survives, so I go back on the point here, try to get the D.Va, but the Bastion is still on the left. And that surprised me, because I was certain my team had picked him off, but for some reason he had been sitting there on the left. Maybe he came back from spawn. That's another alternative. Now I know that the fight is lost at this point, and I'm being a bit careful. See, the Mcree goes way too far here, and I think we pick him because of that. And that's an example why you should never go too far as DPS if you don't have tanks, giving you space. I shoot at the Bastion, so he backs off. We get the D.Va here, and I decide I'm gonna pick the Bastion. So me and Genji go for that. See the Echo here, and I try to pick her off, and I do. And after that we pretty much get the point here. So you can see how Mcree getting pinked off there at the end, at the last push, was really bad for his team because we kinda steamrolled after that. So always think of your positioning as a DPS. We are now back at defending the first point, and they only have 1 minute to push, and that's not a lot of time. So you want to play pretty defensive so you don't get picked off. Now they are pushing very aggressive, and I'm just trying to get some ult charge and make them back. Now the Winston pushes here. I boop back so he doesn't reach me with the ult. And my goal is to make them back from middle ground. Now they do back, and I see that the Ashe here is on the side trying to flank, and I decide that I might as well go for her, since she's alone. I stay above the roof here, and I use the cover of the wall, so they can't pick me. Genji goes for the Mcree, but the Kree gets him, so I decide I follow up. It's a free pick on the Mcree, he was reloading. I go for the Ana now, but the Ashe starts shooting me, so I decide I'm gonna go for the Ashe instead. I pick off the Ashe and I have no DPS now, so I go for the Ana, she's really low, but I go too deep and the Winston comes there with the ultimate and picks me off. Now fortunately I got my value at least, I got both DPS, and I think we managed to hold this, or our tanks managed to do that. So the point is to play pretty carefully, even if it's overtime and stuff, because they will contest the point, your tanks, and you will have time to move around, take cover, reload. You don't have to go in really deep instantly. And that was why I could go behind into deer spawn, because they had went in so deep on the point, so that made it open for me. Now we are attacking, we also only have roughly a minute in time, and my suggestion is to not stress. So I want to get them off the middle high ground here. I can do that with boops, some rockets, and they eventually jump off the Mcree and Ashe. Now that gives me a lot of space. I can move in here, you know, they can't shoot me. So I see the Mcree is starting to hide there, he's using cover, that's clever. But the D.Va is not focusing me on the enemy team, so I can just finish off the Mcree there. I'm completely open. Now I decide I'm gonna try to get the Winston, but unfortunately the Pharah comes up there and focuses me. Now someone in our team I think says that we should regroup now, because we are very staggered, you could say. We have lost a few people, and if they keep getting us one by one, we have lost this match completely. So the rest of my team stays back while we start regrouping. And since a lot of us are close to ultimate, we can probably, you know, make a push soon. Unfortunately we lose 2 more and the time is, you know, running away. But the rest of us again, you know, come back. We managed to make them waste Nano Winston. Now they don't have Nano. And you see I'm doing the same thing, push them off the middle high ground and try to get that space. And when I do, I can go in deep here. I have barrage, I hide the devotee, and I decide I'm just gonna barrage here the Winston. He survives, but yeah, the Mcree was low, I go in for him, he gets picked. Decide I'm gonna go for the Pharah there, but she gets picked. I go for the Ana. The Kree got rest, but I think we pick him off here. And now I go for the Mercy, she's the last one I think here. And I think we pick her off here, or she hides somewhere, I don't remember. But we take the point. So my advice to play, you know, with a plan, and stay to that plan. You don't have to, you know, make crazy plays. You just have to be consistent and continue to doing it over and over. Even if I got picked off, I came back, you know, took the middle high ground and pushed them off there. And then I have space to, you know, do stuff like flank or go in deep on the Mcree, but he was already about to die anyways. Anyway, hope you enjoyed watching this, and I'll see you in the next one.